What's up, guys? It's your girl Elle back with another video. Okay, so this video is just gonna be like a story time type of video. The base of the video is just going to be me being a teen, well, me being a teen mom when I was a teen mom. Yeah, so let's just get into the video. Okay, so what I'm not gonna do is go into too much detail because it's inappropriate. Let's just keep it nice and innocent. I was 16 years old when I got pregnant. Teen mom. Had Cameron when I was 17. Teen mom. But no, seriously. So yeah, that's the basis of the story right there. Boom 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 bow. So I wasn't having my period. So I'm like, okay, I have to go to the doctor's. I need to schedule a doctor appointment because this could be big. Me, I'm extra, but like I feel like this was a right to feel how I felt. I thought I had a sickness. I thought I had the big C word or something because my mom did have colon C. I just feel like maybe I had it too. That's why I didn't have my periods or something. Why didn't I think, oh, you're pregnant? I know a lot of people are gonna think that, but I wish I could get into more detail on why I didn't think that, but I feel like that part is a little bit inappropriate. I basically did not think ever in the day that I was carrying a child. I was, and that doctor's appointment is a day that I would never, ever forget. Told my sister straight up, I'm like, yo, I might be sick. Like, this might be serious, yo. I need to go to the doctor. Check test, boom, boom, boom. Find out I'm pregnant. So my doctor was like so dramatic. Like, I'm 16 years old. Like, how did you want me to react? Like, I mean, I was upset with myself. I was a little depressed. How she was staring at me made me laugh a little, because she was just like, you're pregnant. And I'm just like, she's like staring at me, like wanting eye contact, trying to make it a really sensitive moment, and I'm just like not having it. After the drama, you know, all that little TV show drama that went down in the doctor's office, she then had called my mom because I was underage. So she called my mom, didn't tell her what she needs to come to the doctor's for, but she just said, you know, we have us here, you need to come to the doctor, blah, 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 blah. As I'm waiting for my mom to come, she sends me over to like the counselor lady at the hospital. I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of you have heard of, or I'm not sure the correct name for this lady, but she basically handled with a lot of females, a lot of like females that have been raped, that's pregnant, that was young, that wanted to get pregnant, that wanted to get on birth control, all this type of stuff. She tried to make it a sentimental moment. I just want to get out of here so bad. I want to tell my sister. She's talking to me, and she's like low-key trying to give me ideas of abortion or adoption. Adoption I can respect, but don't like send no ideas to a teen about no abortion. I feel like that's a little bit inappropriate and out of your, you know, out of your lane. But she's like, she didn't come off like direct, but she was saying things like, in the middle of our conversation, she's like, this agency would be covered fully by your health care, or this one would be covered like half of it, or this one you could do a down payment and then the rest will be covered by your health care. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Like, she's like, do you know what the dad is? I'm like, yeah, I know what the dad is. I know how this looks, but yes, I know what the dad is. So after that big ordeal, I finally get to leave that lady room after she basically preached to me, and I go meet up with my sis, and I walk out and she's like, you got cancer? And I'm like, I hate saying that word. And I'm like, I'm pregnant. And she's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, I'm pregnant, dude. Thankfully she was there with me, so we're like talking about it or whatever, and then the doctors gave us a little card to get some food because first of all I was bearing a child and I was hungry. So we're waiting there. My mom walks up. this part is a little bit blurry. Just remember she sat down by us. Didn't really believe it. She wasn't cussing me out. She wasn't angry at me. She was upset. She was disappointed, but didn't kill me or anything. So I'm pregnant, and I found out I was pregnant. I was about 3 months. Like I was about 3 months pregnant, like, around like 12 or 14 weeks. I tell the dad, boom, 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 let's do this, bro. Let's go in chronological order. I'm freaking out. I'm crying literally every day, crying myself to sleep. I'm waking up crying. Thankfully I was already in homeschooling in high school, because as soon as I got out of 8th grade, I'm like, I want like 5 jobs. I'm about to be homeschooled. So my mom let me be homeschooled. I cry every day. I would like just wish that someone would like just toss me outside or step on my stomach or something. Like, real talk, guys, like I was really scared, and I was mixed emotions everywhere. And I knew that the guy I got pregnant by, he wasn't like financially stable. I mean, he was only like 16 too. We're literally just born in the same year. He's a few months ahead of me. I was just like scared, and my mom would always just tell me like, you're gonna be an amazing mother, you know, you're gonna be able to take care of your child. Don't stress. Like, try to find positiveness in this situation. She always kept me up. Her word was her bond. She must have put some holy sprinkles all over me, because ever since Cameron was like 6 or 7 months, I've had a job and I have been taking care of my son. So after that whole phase of where I wanted to just, you know, cut the cord on myself, I finally gained some ease of mind, just realizing that the end of the world is not here. But I still had a fear of what would happen when I had my baby, because I always obviously find the negative in things. So I always think like scary things, like I was going to die or pass away when I was like giving birth. Thank God I didn't. So that was the only thing I was worried about. There was a situation where I was over my sister's house, my older sister's house, and she had no clue that I was pregnant. I did not want her to know. It came a time where I was sitting on her couch. I remember this day, and I could like see it happening. This is when she had her cat, and my nephew was in the living room, and they were playing with, he was playing the cat, and he was playing with the cat, and I was on the phone with my baby's father. He called and, you know, check on me and the baby or whatever, and I ended up being at my sister's house that weekend. So when he called, I couldn't really like, we couldn't really talk in depth about it. And then when I wanted to tell him like, yo, I'm over my sister's house, I can't talk about it, I didn't want to say that because my nosy ass nephew was in the room. I mean, he been nosy since he was 3. So he wanted to talk about names. We didn't know it was a boy yet, so we were saying like girl names and boy names. He was saying a bunch of dumb stuff that I was not listening to, thank God. And my nephew was trying to figure out like, what was I trying to name? He's like, what, you getting a dog or something around that? It had something to do with a dog. And I'm like, yeah, we're trying to name a dog. He's like, oh, Scout, oh, Rufus, oh. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And no. Sister obviously ended up finding out before I had him. So when we were over there, we had like little chores to do, and I had to clean the bathroom. I didn't want to clean that damn bathroom, so I'm like, this is about to be the day she about to find out. I'm not about to be on my knees scrubbing this damn bathtub with all these chemicals, period, because that's not healthy. And also I didn't feel like doing it, and I shouldn't have been down there like that. And I was like 8 months at this time. Like I was like 8 months. I might have not been 8 months, but that's when she found out. And I don't want to go into like that part, but she found out. Okay, so a little bit change of scenery, but back to the story. I don't want to really get into what my sister was saying or anything like that. So my son was initially supposed to be born on January 20th, but he came on the 21st. I remember we were all in the living room and we were just chilling, watching TV, and I'm like, I've been eating pineapples like crazy. I told my sister like, you know, come at my mom's old house. I told my sister, come walk, you know, some flights with me. I went about like 3, 4, 5 flights of steps, and like about 2 times. And I'm like, you know what, whatever, it's not working. Let's go back in the house. I sit down, literally like 2 minutes later, it's just wet, and I'm like, did I pee on myself? Like, did I literally just sit here and pee on myself? I literally had everybody in there like, this will be disgusting. I'm like, smell my pants, smell where I was sitting. It smells like water. Oh my God, you broke your water. So yeah, water broke. On the way to the hospital, I was just driving like a maniac, like fast as shit. I'm like front seat. So we get to the hospital and they put me in a wheelchair, whatever. Put me in this little tiny ass room at first, and I'm just like literally watching the minutes go by on the clock, and the contractions are getting worse and worse. And mind you, I had him around like 1:53 a.m. or 1:54 a.m. So I remember it got dark outside. Like I was laying in that room for a while. They transferred me to my delivery, not to the delivery. They transferred me to the delivery room. I'm dilating, but I'm not dilating enough to where they wanted me to push, but I couldn't hold it, so I pushed, and I ended up having to get stitches because his big old head ripped me like completely in half, which hurted very bad. It burned like every time I tried to use the bathroom. It was the worst feeling ever. Really nerve-wracking because he had a few complications when he came out. His blood pressure kept changing, but after like 10 minutes or so, they finally got it down pat and he was good to go. He was about like 7 pounds and like 21 inches long or something like that. During my stay at the hospital, you know, it was really cool. The breastfeeding was okay to start off with. It felt really weird. It hurt a little bit, but I got the swing of things, and I was doing that until like Kim was like 6 months, and I was working. So because I remember like pumping with 2 on my breast, and I'm like pumping, and I would like have to store it from my mom so she'd have it for. I ended up having to stop because I just wasn't producing any milk anymore. I went to doctor's appointments. I was drinking mommy tea and stuff, but it seemed like it was just not for me. So my baby was a formula baby, still really healthy to this day. I've been giving him Pediasure to help him gain weight, but when we went to the doctors like 2 weeks ago, they said he's at perfect weight, but you know, like I want my baby to be a little chunky. So that's kind of the story, my pregnancy and all that good stuff. It still isn't the easiest thing because now, instead of crying that I can't take care of him, I do get a little emotional that I can't be here with him for everything. Like I miss certain milestones. I can't drop him off at school in the morning. I can't really pick him up because I'm like at work. And Cameron was on break while I was on break, but I was still working. It did give us a little bit more time, but I'm definitely not gonna be able to drop him off or see him too much, and that really irritates me. And I always tell my mom, like, yeah, I can buy him all this stuff, but I don't understand how people can be deadbeat parents, because like I could barely stay away from him without getting emotional, without feeling like I'm a piece of crap. So okay, so I think I might do a part 2 because I don't want to go too much in depth with the situation or with the story as I could, because I don't know how you guys are going to receive it. I'm going to kind of test the waters first a minute before I go and do like a part 2, which will be in depth, way more in depth, so much more informational. I feel like that part could actually help people instead of entertain. On his dad's birthday, I was going over his house to break up with him on his birthday, and I'm so I don't like talking about it. That's when he was conceived. I mean, I was being an asshole. Karma is a bitch, and karma came and bit me in my face. That's what I get for trying to be mean. I did get a beautiful baby boy out of it. Yeah, I think I'll do a part 2 way more in depth. I didn't want to do too much on this one. I wanted to keep it at leveled ground, but just leveled. I don't like just throwing stuff out there, just throwing stuff at people. But that is my story time, and it's pretty long already too. So that's my story time of me being a teen mom and like how it all went down. This is like the rated version. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for me. I'm trying to get in a groove of more fun interactive stuff instead of just makeup videos. I love makeup, but I just want to, I'm more than that, so I want to show it. So I just need you guys to, you know, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in my next video.
Yeah, yeah.